Hello and welcome back to the Seminars and Set Pieces podcast. Us three again, and then we're joined by a special guest today for the 10th episode. Ben, how are you, mate?
I'm not bad, mate. How are you?
Not too bad, not too bad. Do you want to tell everyone who you support?
I'm a Man City fan.
Man City fan. Yeah, before we get a guest on, it was about time we got someone on, so...
Yeah, definitely.
We're going to go...
Thanks for having me here.
Yeah.
As always.
Nice and cosy over here, aren't we? But yeah, we're going to go with the same format as we normally do. Talk about the top four race, talk about the relegation, and then we've got a little football tenable at the end, City edition. See how our guest does, see how well he does. He's very confident, so should we get back straight into it?
Yeah, go for it.
Should I start as with United?
Start us with United, go on then.
A bit more positive this week. Obviously, we beat Chelsea 1-0 on Saturday, 8 o'clock kickoff. Cunha got the only goal in the game. It were a poor first half from both teams, to be honest.
Yeah.
United started slow, as we have done pretty much the whole season. And Chelsea looked all right in midfield. Defensively, they were a bit shaky, but looked a bit stronger than us. They just have no one going forward.
No, they had chances as well.
Yeah. Obviously their young left winger went off injured, and Garnacho came on, and it was one of the greatest things I've ever seen when he turned up and did absolutely nothing.
I just
for
read the
90
notes.
minutes.
What you put about him, it made me laugh.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
shocking. But he made Diego Dallo look like a top 5 right back in the league, which is impressive because Dallo couldn't tie Callum's shoelaces, so it is quite impressive. But yeah, we shouldn't have been 1-0 up at half time, but we was. It was brilliant from Bruno. He took on Garnacho, put the ball in the box, and Cunha was there to sod it home. So we went into the break 1-0 up. Second half, we were defensively really solid. I thought our game management was a lot better this week, and we kind of just seed out a 1-0 lead away from home, which was nice to see. And then, yeah, that was pretty much it, really. And then we can speak about how rubbish Chelsea was,
Poor
to be
from
honest.
Chelsea.
Yeah, it was more of a Chelsea being poor than United being good.
Yeah, they were probably, well, they could have scored 5 or 6. They hit the bar, twice. Enzo in the first half should have scored. He had a couple of chances in the first half. They just don't really have anyone up top.
No.
They got, Liam Delap is just not really a Chelsea striker. I feel bad for him. That number 9 shirt is just a bit cursed. Did you get to see the game?
Yes, I did. I think them having João Pedro out of the squad as well didn't help them at all. I mean, Chelsea's main focal point this season when Rosenior came in was João Pedro. Yes, it really hasn't helped them in the last couple of games, but Liam Delap's just not the quality what João Pedro is.
Yeah.
100%.
Do you think it's been a long time coming for them to sack their manager? Do you think it was the right time, or...?
It was a bit of an experiment, the whole thing. And it's just not gone well. It was a bit of a gamble. I don't know. Not. I wouldn't be happy with it.
I mean, they started off well. I mean, away to Napoli, obviously in the Champions League, they won 3-2, and then it kind of just all went downhill from there. They were on good results, and then 5 games in a row without scoring?
Yeah, it's really poor.
Very, very bad for a team who wants to get Champions League football. Yeah. It's not good.
You felt like it was kind of getting to the end as soon as he had that fallout of Enzo, and he probably did the right thing by suspending him, telling him to go away and apologise, which is probably what you want for your manager, but still you can tell there's cracks. It was beginning to show.
100%.
So.
And then obviously we've done the double over Chelsea this season, which puts us in a good position to get top 4 this year.
Yeah, you should be able to now.
We should be over the line. Obviously we could still finish 4th with Villa playing quite well again. But I'm confident that we'll have Champions League football at Old Trafford next season.
You definitely will. Because even we're only 3 points behind you, I don't think we're going to come above you because we're not as good as you.
We still got to play each other as well.
Yeah, it's at Old Trafford, so we'll probably struggle. Well, we haven't really in previous years, but
different Liverpool.
This is a different Liverpool. Yeah,
that's very
but
true.
I think top 5 is kind of set now. Chelsea dropped off. You've got Brighton 5th now, but they've played a game extra. So
yeah, I didn't realise how close the points were between them.
Brighton and Bournemouth are above them now. Yeah. So
Brentford are in that as well, and we play them next
on Monday. Yeah. So a couple of teams in and around it, but I think that top 5 is pretty much set. Yeah.
Should we move on to
Liverpool? Yeah. Bit of an unexpected win. I wasn't expecting us to go away to Everton. It's a difficult game. I know City's still got to play Everton. I don't know what you think about that.
I mean, City's had a pretty good record away there, but it's always going to be hard when it's a derby.
Tough atmosphere to go to, and we're not exactly the same team this year. So to get a win there was unreal. I didn't get to see it. I was at work. Fortunately, I was in your club shop, mate. So I only got to see it on my watch. But I was buzzing when I saw Van Dijk come up with a 100th minute winner.
Yeah, that's great for the FPL.
Good it was. Got him off the bench, like 9 points. Not too bad. Gakpo actually did something this week.
He did, yeah.
He played a lot better. It was a lot more encouraging from Gakpo.
He was good. The first goal was all him. That was a great ball through the middle. I don't really know what Mikalenko was doing. He kind of just lost his back line and started hugging Salah, and then Salah got ahead of him and scored. It was a good finish for him. Needed that. So it was a good confidence booster for all the teams, to be fair, but especially Gakpo, good performance. Salah with a goal. Van Dijk's been a bit shaky in recent weeks, so another goal would always good. Puts us in a good spot. Only 3 points behind Villa and United now. So
yeah, nice to see. Obviously, Salah stepping up at the last few games for you. Is it in a Liverpool?
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to see. You don't want him to go out. It's not been a great season for him, but you know, it was going to be a drop off at some point. Whether we should have sold him last year, I don't know. But it still felt like he was at the top of his game last year. So. Yeah, it's good to see him go out with a bit of a high, or, still playing decent football. Don't know where he's going to go, but got any idea where you think he's going to go? Or?
I think it's got Serie A. I think it's Juventus.
Yeah.
I think Salah go back to where he came from. It's one of those ones. I've seen enough of Salah this season. I've seen enough of Salah over the previous years. Just the sooner he's out of the league, the better.
Yeah, I just don't think he wants to go to Saudi. I think he backs himself to still play at a level where he might be fighting in Champions Leagues or something like that. I don't know if he wants to settle off now.
I can respect him for that as well.
Yeah,
it is quite rubbish when you see top players go into Saudi when they are still quite young, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
You had that Aston Villa striker last year.
Duran,
He was playing so well, scoring against Bayern Munich, and then ends up in Saudi in January. He just kind of made no sense.
Didn't even work out there for him. Yeah. That's a shame for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, we obviously had our keeper come off, so now we're both keepers down because Marmadashvili's out for 2 weeks, 2 to 4 weeks. So Freddie Woodman's gonna have to step up for a couple of weeks.
Had a lot of injuries, to be fair.
Yeah, it's not been a great year for that, especially up top. Ekatike now out for a long time. Isak obviously didn't have the best of starts, and then he got injured. Yeah. But he's back now, so hopefully he can click into gear for a few games at the end. So
I feel like if Isak starts scoring and Salah's picking up a bit of form and Van Dijk's playing a lot better, you should push for that last top 4 place.
I think we'll be right. I think we'll be right. But we've still got a lot of decisive games. Still got to play you lot. Got to still play Villa away. So a couple of tricky games in there.
Your next game at Palace as well. That's not easy.
No.
Dropped quite a few points to them.
We lost them in the reverse fixture. I think Nketiah at the end scored. That was like breaking our last minute goals. It was rubbing it in. They did it against us. So, but we should be right in that game. It's at Anfield, coming off the back of a good win. So yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. Should be an interesting game.
Yeah, for sure.
Should we move on to Forest?
Yeah, we can do. Can I just say what a boring first half it was? It was awful. I actually thought we were going to lose to Burnley. And then Gibbs White comes with his little hat trick. Brilliant from him. Boy. Yeah.
Big players turning up when you need them.
100%. And obviously, Anderson lost his mum at the weekend, so I was really sad at the start. Yeah. I'm surprised he played, to be fair.
It felt quite soon, yeah.
Yeah.
Did he play alright? Was he good?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's just a good...
Does the job, yeah.
I think there was a lot of focus on him, obviously because of the circumstances, but I think, in the situation he was in.
He's linked to you lot.
Yeah, he's linked to
City. I was about to say, do you think...
City feel like the favourites, though, from what I'm seeing.
Yeah, I mean, he'll be a quality player for us, but is he what we need? Not the priority, I don't think.
What is the priority, do you reckon?
The priority for City, I think it has to be a winger. I think the output, apart from Semenyo coming in, I think the output is a bit poor. Doku's probably highest scored seasons, about 10 goals in all competitions. You need better than that.
Yeah. Do you reckon Elliot Anderson actually starts? Like, do you put him in your midfield?
Personally, no.
I agree.
I think if you look at Nico O'Reilly this season, I think controversial, but I think Nico O'Reilly's been better than Elliot Anderson this season. And I think if Rodri does stay, Rodri's just Rodri. You can't drop Rodri.
No, for sure. Do you reckon he does stay, Rodri?
I think he stays one more season, and then I think he goes on a free. I think the interview that he had was a lot misplaced because it was a 50-minute interview, and people are taking 2-minute clips.
Yeah, you take a clip, take it out of context.
Every Spanish player wants to go to Madrid.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah.
Yeah, I can't imagine Anderson at City. I just can't.
No.
I feel like obviously he plays at Forest, so quite a small club, I would say, compared to like the Big Six and stuff.
Yeah.
I can't imagine him at one of those. I feel like he would just get walked all over.
I think the World Cup would be very telling, to be fair. If he has a good World Cup, then maybe they might push for it. But if he's a bit, I think he might probably start in that midfield.
Yeah.
I could see him starting next to
Yeah.
Declan Rice. But if he's not up to the standard, which, you know, in fairness, it is a World Cup. It'll be his first World Cup. I'm not sure he's there yet. He might
Yeah.
need another season in him, because it is still. I was saying yesterday, it is still like Elliot Anderson. Like,
Yeah.
you know, he's had a good year, but like you don't know if he's, you don't know how good he is. So I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if he goes to City, I think he'll be a bit wasted. Obviously, you've got Bernardo Silva to replace. I don't think Elliot Anderson is that player to replace
No, I don't
him.
think he
Completely
is
different
either.
player.
You don't need any more players. Stop stealing them from
I
us.
mean, City's kind of done it in the last couple of windows. We've came and took players from smaller teams in the Prem, and they've come and worked for us. I mean, we've had Mark Gahey and we've had Semenyo in January,
Yeah.
and they've both worked already. So
Yeah, I'd like Elliot Anderson at United. I
Yeah,
think
you can
he'd
stay away.
replace Casemiro quite nicely.
I think he'd be more suited there.
Yeah.
I think, because if you're not going to replace Bernardo Silva, one, because of the quality, and two, it's a different kind of player.
Yeah.
Bernardo Silva's a lot more attacking, a lot more, you know, skillful flair, and Elliot Anderson's more defensive, I say.
Yeah.
Are you a bit worried about Gibbs White's
Yeah.
in the transfer window?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Imagine if he actually did go to Spurs.
Yeah,
crazy.
Like, that would have
Yeah.
been so poor from him. But yeah, I can't imagine it as keeping him. I just don't know where he'll go. or where
I'm
he
not
would
sure
want
you
to
keep
go.
him. You do very well to keep
Yeah,
him.
he's too good. Too
Yeah.
good for us.
No.
Do you think he'd go into a top 4 team though? Because I can't see him at United, can't see him at City.
I don't think he does.
Liverpool.
Can't
No.
see Liverpool now.
I think if he wants to get an
Maybe
opportunity
Chelsea?
at England, he has to go abroad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
Villa. Maybe Villa's
He
the only.
Could
Possible
work with
way
Villa.
in.
Maybe
Yeah.
him and Morgan Rogers could work
I
out
can imagine
something.
that, to be fair. Yeah.
But they are two quite similar as well. So
Do
it's
you want to
one
play
or the
two
other.
tens? You're gonna have to play. Well, Rogers can play out wide, but I don't think he's much of a winger. He's not. I
No,
don't think he's
he's
quick
not.
enough. But he likes to cut in and shoot. He's done that a few times this season. So maybe they go down that route. But I can
I
see
mean,
him.
we'll keep him. I'm more than happy to
Yeah,
keep
well,
him.
yeah, of course, sure.
But yeah.
I just think he might go abroad somewhere.
Yeah.
I could see him in Spain or Italy.
Yeah.
Gibbs White.
Yeah. Maybe
He
Italy or something.
stinks
Like
of like Atletico Madrid.
that. Do you reckon?
Yeah,
I can see him at like
that's
Napoli or something like that.
Yeah.
Back in Napoli with
Napoli.
McTominay.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Should we?
7 games unbeaten though.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good form. But obviously we've got Sunderland away. So that's...
That's a
Tonight,
tough-
yeah,
Yeah,
fixture.
that's tonight, yeah.
difficult one. I just think you're gonna go on that one.
I think they'll either win or I'm hoping for a draw. I think we just need to keep getting points.
Yeah.
Just 1 point from each game and I think we'll be fine.
It'd be a good result if you get something away. It's
Yeah.
not too fair. It's
I
not an
think
easy place to go.
I think I've backed you to get a draw tonight.
Yeah.
I could see a draw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, Sunderland are pretty favourites, but you're fighting for your life. Sunderland are, they've got Europe just about in their size, but it's kind of pushing away from them a little bit. So
Yeah.
You've got a bit more to
if they don't
fight
win
for, I
tonight,
think,
then
so.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so
But no, 5 points away from Spurs now, which I think is a nice cushion.
yeah, Spurs.
Really?
Nice gap, yeah.
Spurs.
Poor Spurs. At the start, I thought it was funny, but now I just think it's a bit sad. Like they're
Nah.
actually that bad.
What do you think about it all?
Honestly, I just don't know how Tottenham's went so bad. Like bringing in Igor Tudor, like he's not really had the best record with teams. Like he's been 6 months at teams like Juventus.
Don't stay for very long.
Or was it Marseille? Was that
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well? Like he's just not. He did get a good point away at Anfield, but Anfield's not Anfield this season. Obviously a bad result. Obviously a bad result in the first leg against Atletico, but I think there was promising signs in the second leg, and I just don't see how Spurs can't carry that from what they had.
You'd have thought after they beat Atletico Madrid, you thought they were going on a little bit of a run, get themselves
Yeah.
out of trouble, but no, it's got
got worse.
arguably
Yeah.
worse. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going to save it this year.
I think obviously we spoke about Arsenal being quite emotional last week. I think Spurs are equally as emotional.
Yeah.
And I think it's kind of hindering them as well. Obviously they drew 2-2 to Brighton this weekend at home, and you've got the whole crowd getting behind you. Like the stadium announcer did like a proper speech before kick off about talking about how it's like probably the moment in their history where they need everyone, and they went 2-1 up, and it was a brilliant goal by
Great
Simons.
finish, yeah.
But then they were just too emotional. It was 20 minutes left of the game. They went mental, obviously went 2-1 up. Fair enough, celebrate. But it's kind of like there's got to be a line where you kind of got to then put your head back on your shoulders and
Yeah.
get the 3 points.
Yeah.
And for the last 20 minutes of the game, they let Brighton have all the ball. They sat back, and then they've had defensive mistakes in them all season, and that's how they concede the
It was
the
a
goal.
poor mistake.
A
So
really poor
you're just
goal.
thinking at that point, it was we're in added time. Just do your basics. If it comes to you, just clear it. and he's taken a touchdown zone, and he's paid the price for it. In the end, great finish, really good finish. But
Brighton Limbs as well looked incredible.
Yeah, it looked good. It just should never have got to that point. Yeah. But
It'll be nice to see Bradford at Spurs next year.
Spurs Lincoln next year.
How crazy
Could
is
be,
that?
Could be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think they go down? Do you reckon?
I think Spurs probably have the easiest run-in out of Forest, West Ham and Spurs, but the way Spurs are playing, I just can't see them picking up points, even though on paper it should be Spurs getting the best result. But I just can't see such a big club going down. Like, it's kind of like Leeds, like 20 years ago going down. Like, if what happened to Leeds would probably happen to Spurs as well, and I just can't see it.
No. It was like last year, because obviously United and Spurs were down there, but you could just never imagine them going down. It was just kind of funny to see them down there.
Yeah.
And it's even like the lockdown years of where Arsenal were in the relegation zone and all that. You never thought for a second they were going to go down. It was just quite funny to see them. But this is
danger zone.
This is completely different.
Yeah.
This is a big team that's just completely collapsed. So
I think obviously they've got Wolves next. If they don't get 3 points on this game, then I think just write them off
they're in
now.
a lot,
Yeah, 100%.
5 games left. They're in a lot of trouble if they don't get that. But no game for them is a shoe-in. Even Wolves, bottom of the league. Wolves are just having a bit of fun. They don't care. So
I don't blame them,
they'll
to be
happily
fair.
ruin someone's season.
Yeah.
They've taken some big points off big teams this year. So
It'll be a good story as well if bottom of the league Wolves can pretty much send Spurs down.
I think that
Yeah.
if they've got any kind of confidence left, that will shoot it to bits if they lose to Wolves.
I think that's their other problem. I don't see any confidence in the team.
No.
whatsoever.
No chance.
They play with their heads down. They kind of when something don't go their way, then that's it. Then it could be
Yeah.
the first minute of the game. It could be the 80th, and then it's just
Yeah.
The way that like Forest play as well, you can tell that they won it. They're actually fighting for it. Where I feel like Spurs, I don't know. Once they concede, that's it. They lose their heads.
Yeah, well,
I get it, but
we've said it previous weeks. They know there's a contract waiting for them.
Yeah.
So they don't care that
I think
much.
that's the difference.
It's all a paycheck.
Yeah.
Derby doesn't really care, does he? Like, he's got, of course. You knew he's not going to stay around for 5 years or whatever they gave him, because they gave him a release clause.
Yeah.
And that was obviously going to end up being the way it is.
That's a stupid financial decision as well.
I don't know what
I
they're
don't
doing.
understand it.
No.
But should we move on
Yeah,
to
talk about that big game on the weekend.
City Arsenal?
Big win for you, like, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Title race
it was.
back on in it, Ben.
It was. Yeah, I think it was always on. I mean, you can never rule Manchester City out of a title race, especially in previous years. City have come back from 9-12 points against Liverpool and Arsenal. I just think, especially that game on the weekend, like City in the last, we've won five in our last 5 now. We beat Arsenal in the Carabao Cup final, beat Chelsea, beat Liverpool, beat Arsenal again, and then obviously a good win at Burnley on Wednesday night. I think the game where we're a bit slow to start, I think that's kind of been City's problem so far in their previous games. But I think once we go into the game and we actually get a goal, then it kind of settles us down. Yes, we did concede straight away, but the players kind of lifted themselves a bit more better than what they would have done at the start of a game.
Yeah.
I thought some players were poor, but I thought the partnership of Rodri and Bernardo Silva was just brilliant. Like,
Bernardo Silva was excellent.
I've never seen Declan Rice be schooled that much to what Bernardo Silva and Rodri have done to them in the last month. Like, him and Zubimendi just couldn't get their foot in the ball because of them two.
Felt bad for Declan Rice, to be fair. After what everyone was saying after the game, he was like, "Oh, he saw the cameras," because he said something about like "this is not over" or something like that. I felt bad for him.
I mean, it's definitely not over.
It's not, no.
Well, both got 5 games left to play. Well, 5.
You got 6, I think, with Crystal
Sorry,
Palace.
6. Yeah, we've got Palace still to play, and I just need them to get knocked out of Europe so we can get that arranged. But it's not helping us really. But I'm confident.
Do you reckon you drop points anywhere in the rest of the season? Or?
The only way I can see us dropping points is Bournemouth away. I think.
It's a tough place to go this year.
Don't get me wrong, City have quite a good record away at Bournemouth, but Bournemouth have stepped it up a lot from what they used to be. When City used to go there, like I've seen us like 4-1. To be fair, FA Cup last year we beat them 2-1 away, but we did go 1-0 down. We lost 1-0 in the league last year as well, and it's one of the. But you can never call it a Bournemouth, especially like because the crowd's so close to the pitch and it's just getting behind the players. And City kind of crumble under that sometimes.
They're in the fight as well for Europe as well, so they'll be well up for
Yeah.
that. Yeah, they're 1 point behind Brighton in 6th now. So yeah, that's gonna be a tough game for you, I think.
I think obviously Haaland started picking up form as well in the right moment. Do you think? Obviously he's not been at the best of his levels this year. He's still been unbelievable.
Yeah.
Do you think he's been too inconsistent?
I think it's just a matter of he's played a different role in the last couple of months. I mean, City haven't lost in the league since February when we played United. I think Haaland's kind of played a different role. You always have two centre halves on Haaland, and then that allows obviously the likes of Semenyo, Doku, Cherki, or maybe Phil to get on the ball. And I think that's kind of where Cherki's expressed himself a bit more, because he's had one defender pulled away from him. But I think the start of the season, yes, he carried us, but then I think we kind of had a drop of form start of January, and then Pep's kind of changed it a bit more. And I think Haaland's kind of became more of like a coming in, receiving the ball rather than just over the top, Haaland to run onto it. I just think now having obviously output from the wings as well, it's helped Haaland a lot, getting his confidence back. Obviously hat-trick against Liverpool in the FA Cup. Yeah, big goal against Arsenal. He didn't score away at Chelsea. And I just think, we can't imagine City without Haaland. He's ridiculously good.
He's scarily good.
Yeah. It's even when you talk about him being like an off period, it's just not an off period for any other striker. Like, he's still got how many, like 24, 25 in the Prem.
He's like 50 in all competitions.
It's been outrageous. So for that to be like not his best season just shows you what a player you got there. And you got him for a bit of a steal, really, didn't you? 50 mil. So yeah, looking like
you paid more for Højlund. Like if you put that into perspective,
that's not ideal. That's never ideal.
My!
Yeah, it's just rubbish.
Yeah, true.
Obviously, I think as well, like you said, mentioned Cherki kind of coming in a bit more into his own. I think he stepped up as obviously start of season. Pep wasn't really playing him. Do you think that was a bit of a mistake, not kind of starting him from the start?
I don't think so. I mean, Cherki was injured for about a month and a half near the start of the season. He did show signs of it. Obviously, he scored away in his debut at Wolves. I think when we did have him and Phil playing as 2 10s, I think that worked a lot. Obviously, Nico Gonzalez sitting there as a 6, and I thought that worked. But Cherki now, he's kind of just got that role of you can do whatever you want. And I really don't care about that, because that's what De Bruyne was like. And De Bruyne came, maybe it would be like right back, maybe it would be like left wing. Like De Bruyne would come and get the ball, and that's what Cherki's doing. Cherki on Wednesday night against Burnley was unbelievable. Like, he came and just got the ball, carrying us up against the pitch, and especially against Arsenal as well. That goal, the precision to score that goal, the roll it around Declan Rice, the roll it around Gabriel. I just can't describe how good he is. He's it's like one of those, you need someone to replace people, and like De Bruyne, I just thought there's no way we're going to replace De Bruyne. But Cherki's came in, 10 goals, 15 assists in all competitions. That's pretty good for a first season.
Yeah, outrageous.
It's brilliant.
I think to answer that question as well about Pep not playing at the start, I think he actually got that spot on. Normally with players, especially at something like City, if you play them straight away, it's a bit of a risk that they're not going to, might be a bit of a shock, bit of an impact. But if you gradually bring them in, he's going to understand the team a lot more, see it from the outside, and he, put his own mark on it, and he's done that very, very well. So I think he's got that spot on, and it's proven itself now.
Obviously, you've got a few players leaving this season. Obviously, Bernardo Silva, probably Ake, Stones. Who do you think out of those is going to be like you're going to miss the most?
Bernardo. What is he? He's missed 9 games under Pep. Bernardo's been there through thick and thin. I thought he was done last year, and he's came back this year, and he's been arguably one of our best players. Like, there's not a lineup I can't see without dropping Bernardo. But even before that, like, Bernardo's in the treble season, scoring against Bayern, making the assist for the goal in the Champions League final, 2 goals against Madrid. Like, Bernardo's always stepped up when we needed him. Don't get me wrong, I love John Stones and I love Nathan Ake. But the two of them over the past 2 seasons, injury hasn't helped them. Yes, they were both crucial parts in the treble, but it's kind of those ones, once you're done, you're done. But when the two of them are fit, there are 2 Rolls-Royce centre-halves. Like, when Stones has played this season, away at Newcastle in the Cup, John Stones came in just completely off injury, and he was brilliant. I just want a centre-half like that. He'll play like 10 games a season, he'll come in and he won't look out of place. Like, he's brilliant.
Yeah, that's where your squad depth compared to anyone else in the league is just a bit outrageous. Yeah. We don't have anyone like that where we can just bring him in for 10 games a season. It would do a job like that. We've normally got someone injured. So, but you touched on the treble. Do you reckon you do the domestic treble this year? Or?
Yeah, I back it.
The confidence.
I see it.
Nice.
You're the best team left in the FA Cup, and I back you to win the league. I've said it for the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously FA Cup. We've got Leeds left. Leeds will be well up for it, but that's if they're still not looking for points. Whether they're 8 points clear now of the relegation zone.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Leeds are kind of a bit confident now that there's.
They think they're safe now, and they probably are safe. So maybe they put all their focus on the FA Cup. They would, like, you may as well.
Yeah, I mean, if you play our B team in the FA Cup, I still think they have a very good job of winning it. I mean, obviously,
It's crazy.
I mean, I'd rather win the Prem, obviously, in the FA Cup, but I think the FA Cup's still all in hands. Could we always beat Chelsea?
Yeah.
Chelsea haven't beat us since 2021.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Out of obviously you've had O'Reilly as well come through this season, and he's also turned up in some big games, scoring 2 in the League Cup final. Do you think he's been one of your best players this year?
Definitely. Nico O'Reilly, I mean, I said it last season, if he's not in our starting squad this season, it's I don't know how he's going to make it. I mean, last season when I went Bournemouth away, he came off the bench, got 2 assists, put us through the next round of the Carabao Cup. He's been ridiculous for us, whether it's playing left back or it's been DM or he sometimes played on the left wing. O'Reilly's always stepped up. I mean, what was it? 2 goals against Newcastle that beat them 2-1. Obviously scored away at Chelsea the other week. Like, he's stepping up when we need him most.
Yeah, he's getting key assists as well. He got the assist for the Doku goal, or the Haaland goal against Arsenal. Might be wrong.
Yeah, for the Haaland goal, yeah.
So he's stepping up. Do you reckon next year he moves more inside, more of a midfielder, or he stays at left back?
I would like to see it, because obviously you've got Josko Gvardiol coming back from injury, and he's majority played left back, and I just can't see a world where Kusanov or Gahey's dropped.
No. Kusanov's been outrageous.
He's ridiculously good, and I think you can't drop them too, but it's Gvardiol's that good.
Yeah.
Like, you have to play him left back, and obviously Nuri's a class player, but that's what City have always had. Like, we've always had rotation, and I think
he's good to have on your bench, a bit of depth. He offers a bit something different when he comes on. So I don't think he's a starting left back for you. You've got far better options.
Yeah.
O'Reilly, Gvardiol, I'd start him over him.
I think having Gvardiol as well allows Nunes to get a bit more freedom. Obviously, Mateus Nunes has came in. What a job he's done at full back as well. He's been very, very good. Obviously, it was shaky last season, but Mateus Nunes has turned it around and arguably been one of City's best players this season.
Yeah, for sure.
Is there any City player you don't like? Because the way you talk about them is like, they're like godlike. Is there anyone you don't?
No, there's genuinely no one I hate. Like, I've had my on and off spells with Savinho, but Savinho has glimpses. I mean, he's only 21. He's a year older.
I forget that.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, he's a year older than me. Like, he's not like.
He's the same age as me.
Yeah. he's gonna like he's always gonna have time at Girona. He was 10 goals, like 13 assists in a season at Girona. He's obviously got it. It's just a matter of when's he gonna show it.
I think people are a bit harsh on him. He's not as bad as people say. And as you said, he's only 21. He's got plenty of time to adapt and get better.
Do you think maybe a loan next season would be a good move for him? Obviously, you've got Semenyo and Doku, who you probably will start over him.
No, I don't think a loan's what he needs. I just think he needs more playing time. I think Pep kind of needs to trust him a bit more. I prefer Savinho off the left. I mean, his first season at City, he came in. His goal output wasn't good, but his assist output was very, very good. And I think he is left foot. I think him playing off his left's a lot better than what it is coming inside off his right, onto his left from the right. I don't know. There's something about him on the left that's a lot better, and I just feel Doku doesn't always stay fit, and I think Savinho needs to be given that chance. Like, this is your time, son. You need to shine, and it's just a matter of when's he going to get that time. Obviously, City always go on deep runs. We play 60 games a season. You're going to need Savinho whenever.
Yeah, 100%. You need the depth.
I mean, Newcastle won the cup. He was the best player on the pitch. Yeah, he was very, very good.
He didn't know about his goal, but he scored.
I think he meant it.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
No. If he did, fair enough.
How do you feel about Marmoush this season? Obviously, he's not had the biggest impact. Obviously, with Haaland playing quite well. Do you think he's good off the bench, or would you rather him be starting?
I think it's just. I love Marmoush, but I think it's Haaland's just that good that you can't drop him. And when Marmoush has played, he's been good. Don't get me wrong. Like, he started away at Anfield in the league, he was okay there, but he's he was at AFCON as well, and then that's kind of killed him a bit because Haaland was just that good.
Yeah.
That being at AFCON's kind of put him away from a starting place. Yes, he can play off the left, but we need Doku. Like, Doku's just so direct, whereas Marmoush comes in and he's a bit lackadaisical. Yes, he's got a brilliant strike on him, but I think it's maybe time to move on from him a bit. Just go get a challenge somewhere else because he's not getting the look in as much as he should be.
I struggled to find a place for him. I feel like as a winger, he's not as you said, not as direct. He's more of a striker in my eyes, or a 10. And you've got Haaland, you've got Cherky. He's not going to get into that team.
Yeah, I mean,
he'll get a few minutes, but then is that what he wants? Surely not.
Probably not. Surely not. If you look at him last season when he came in, he was brilliant. I mean, he scored a hat-trick against Newcastle in one of his first games. He just kept scoring for us. He scored away at Bournemouth as well. I think he scored away at Bournemouth. I'm not 100% sure, but Marmoush, obviously the goal against who was it from about 35 yards?
It was outrageous.
Yeah, about
one
35 yards out. He knows how to hit a ball. Yeah. It's just a matter of trying to get him in that space, and he just can't find it.
Yeah. Should we move on to a little? Unless you got any more questions for Ben?
I've got one more.
Go on.
You said in the Uber on the way here that you've been to 32 games this year.
Yes, I think it's that number. Yeah.
Out of what's been your best home game and away game so far this year?
Good question.
Best home game probably. I mean, it's difficult because I would say probably United at home. I mean, it's a derby. It's just one of those games you want to win, but then they did do us away, so that kind of ruins the home factor. I think probably Liverpool at home, the 3-0. I think that's probably topped it off because obviously we've beat Liverpool 3 times this season. We've won away at Anfield for the first time in God knows how long. And I think just finally getting that over Liverpool's made it a lot better this season, whether it be the 3-0 or the 4-0 in the cup. And then for an away game that I've been, I'll only do games that I've been to. I mean, there's been some very bad games. Villa away was a horrible watch. Newcastle in the league was a horrible watch. I think Newcastle in the FA Cup or in the Carabao Cup is probably up there a lot. Obviously, we won 2-0 away. And just getting that Cherky goal in the last minute in the Carabao Cup, it probably made the night feel a lot better because Semenyo had a goal ruled out for I don't know how.
Decision.
I'm trying to think what else. There's not very much else because obviously I missed Liverpool and I missed United away. Obviously, I didn't want to do.
You don't want to go there.
But Liverpool away probably from watching it on TV were probably the best game of the season that I've seen away.
Last minute goal as well.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Shame. Yeah. Fine. Should we move on?
Yeah, can do.
We've got a little football tenable for you, mate. A little City edition.
Happy days.
You're really confident about this as well, so I'm expecting big things.
Go on.
We've gone for the top 10 most recent Man City players to score in the derby against Man United.
Yeah.
Go on. Just hit us off.
Haaland.
Yeah, he's number 1.
Foden.
Yeah.
Josko Gvardiol.
Yeah.
Is this in order?
He's got the top 3 in order so far.
Are we counting cup competitions?
Cup competitions are involved, yeah.
Jeremy Doku.
Yep.
Is that number 4?
He's number 5.
Number 5.
One in between.
So there's one in between that. That was... Bernardo Silva.
Yep, he's 4. Top 5 done.
So Gundogan.
Yep.
What's that number 2?
That's 6.
Number 6. He scored twice in that game. Jack Grealish. 7. Season before that.
He's cooking now.
Season before that.
I think there's one name on here I just won't be able to get, but
you wouldn't be able to get.
It wouldn't have.
See, I'm trying to think how far back this actually goes.
I can tell you if you want.
Yeah.
I think it goes back to 2021.
2021, because I had Sané in my head, but it's obviously not Sané. Crumbling a bit now. I'm trying to think 21, 22. I'm trying to think of the game. Because obviously, I think we won like 3-0 away at Old Trafford that season. That might have been the season after.
2-0 away, I think.
2-0 away?
Yes.
It was...
A couple of 2-0 aways in 2021.
That was the Eric Bailly own goal and then the Bernardo Silva goal again.
Yeah.
So it was like previous on from that.
Come on, mate, you got this.
Well, I've got 1 to 6.
You've got 1 to 7. You need 8, 9, 10.
8, 9, 10. Treble season. Grealish scored at home. So it's great. Jack Grealish is number 7. And then United in the treble season at home. That was a 6-3.
Yeah.
That was the Haaland and Foden.
Foden hat trick, yeah. So
It's the season before that. So it's that 21-22.
Yeah.
So there was 3 different goal scorers.
Yeah. Yeah. No. If it goes back to...
This is a hard lesson for you.
Yeah, sorry about this.
It's
I could tell you the last number 10 is in the League Cup semi-final against United away.
Oh, Fernandinho.
Fernandinho, yeah, he was 10. So you're just looking for 8 and 9. And they were in the 2021-22 season.
But they weren't in a cup.
No, it was in the Premier League. They were both in the same game.
Yeah, I see. I'm trying to. It's the home game of the 2021-22.
The home game, yeah. Do you remember the score?
I can't remember the score. Have you got the score?
I've got a score, yeah.
What was it?
4-1.
Oh, Riyad Mahrez
Yeah.
and Kevin De Bruyne.
Spot on.
Yeah.
We're so bad at football.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus.
The results in here are actually really ugly for you, I'm not going to lie.
I feel like I could do the United version though.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have that list.
Well done, Ben. You did
Yeah, that's
amazing.
very good, very good. Do you reckon you could work out who was 11th? I think it was the same game as Fernandinho, might be wrong.
It was 2-0 away in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, it was,
wasn't
yeah. It was in the same game.
Was it John Stones?
It was John
Yeah.
Stones. What a shout.
Yeah.
Is that when then we went to your place and won?
Matic scored.
Yeah. I didn't knew Matic would be on that.
Yeah, very impressive, mate. Well done. All
Very
10.
nice.
You basically got 11 there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good shift.
Thanks for coming on as
I
well.
appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no,
Yes,
appreciate
thank
it.
you.
Are you taking part in our Premier League predictions this week?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, go on then. Yeah, go on. It's only 7 games because the FA Cup, I think.
Yeah. Are we going through points from last week?
I actually don't know how many I got. I think I did it right, personally. Well, actually, maybe not.
I think I got 11 points, but out of the amount of games that were on, I feel like that's not very good.
I can't remember the results, not gonna lie. There's a few stinkers.
I got no.
I'm gonna choose to ignore what I did last week.
Yeah, that's fair enough. We swiftly move on.
Yeah, let's go for it.
I got 14 last week.
Nice.
Good shift, really good shift. Our first game is tonight then, Sunderland home to Forest.
Oh, where are we watching that?
I actually don't know.
We got at pub, it's
Good
well.
question.
Yeah.
Don't know where I'm gonna be. Yeah, what do you think?
I put 2-2. I think we'll draw.
Yeah,
I also put 2-2.
I'll put 1-0.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I think it's going to be a 1-1 written all over.
1-0 it just feels like a 1-0, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Tomorrow, 12:30, Fulham Villa.
I put 2-1 to Villa.
I also put 2-1 Villa.
What are you thinking, mate?
I'm back 3-2 Villa.
3-2.
Ooh, that'd be a
gone
good game.
I don't like it. I've put 1-0, but I'm not sure how I feel about it anymore. I'll stick with it. I've got another 1-0.
Nice.
1-0, yeah. Liverpool home to Palace.
I backed you this week.
Yeah, same.
Cheers, guys. What'd you go for?
2-1.
I also went 2-1 Liverpool.
I went 3-1 Liverpool.
Yeah, I back this 3-1.
3-1, yeah. I feel that. West Ham home to Everton.
I put a draw. I put 1-1.
Difficult.
Yeah, I
Big
thought
for both teams,
Yeah.
really, innit?
I thought it was a stinking 1-1 as well.
I've
Just
gone
like,
with that.
we've not done these together.
Yeah, I don't know why they're exactly the same.
Yeah, have you got the
actually
same
are.
throughout?
No, you've
Oh, no,
also win.
Yeah.
I've gone for another 1-0 in that game. Yeah.
I'm going
Yeah.
2-1 Everton away.
Yeah, I don't
Nice.
hate it. Yeah. Wolves home to Spurs.
I think
Huge for
Wolves
Spurs.
will. I think they'll win. I think it'll be so funny if they do. Put
It
2-1.
wouldn't surprise me, honestly.
I backed Spurs just because realistically Spurs should be winning this game, so I said 2-1 Spurs.
I've gone for 2-0. Another draw. I think
Yeah,
Spurs
that's
will go
really
ahead
good
and then they'll do exactly what they did against Brighton.
Yeah, probably.
Ball at the end. What do you think?
Yeah, 2-2.
2-2, yeah. Arsenal, can they get back on form?
I've backed them.
Home against Newcastle.
I said 2-1 Arsenal.
I did the same.
I went 2-1 Arsenal. I just think Newcastle are rubbish. Like,
Yeah.
They are really bad.
It's
this
always
year.
been a bogey game though for Arsenal, but they've
it?
kind of overcame it a bit. They beat them in the last 3 meetings. We go 2-1 Arsenal.
Statman over it. It's huge from you. Yeah. And then United against Brentford on the Monday night.
I backed us. I said 2-1 United, but I could also kind of see a 1-0 again because we haven't got a lot
Yeah.
of top.
Yeah.
I went 2-1 United as well.
I did the same.
I'm going to go 2-1 Brentford. I'm going
Love it from you. That brings us to the end.
Yep.
thank you very much, Ben, for
Yes, thank you very much.
joining us. It's been
Appreciate
great.
it.
Get you back on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've got to get you back on,
Exactly.
mate. There's some nice little stats in you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Statman over it.
Little
Statman
FA.
Ben.
FA Cup special when you beat Southampton tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, surely.
Yeah.
Surely, right, you win that.
Yeah, we'll have to. I'm very confident.
If not, then yeah.
Very
I hope
confident.
when you're going all the way to Wembley, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we're very, very confident. I mean, obviously Southampton have a big game midweek against Ipswich. I think they're probably prioritise that more than what they would the semi-final because it's Manchester City.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Right, well, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully we'll have it out tomorrow, this episode, yeah. Saturday morning, 10 o'clock, that kind of thing. Be on Spotify as well if you want to listen on there. And then there'll be a few clips on Instagram and TikTok throughout the week that you can catch up with. All the links will be somewhere on the screen that you can see everything. But yeah, thank you for watching and we'll see you next week.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.